Very beautiful stationery he has as well. Handwriting is very important, as you know.
Oh, yes. Very important. And we missed it by just a couple of days. Last week was National Handwriting Week. To that end, we are joined this morning by Sheila Lowe. She is a handwriting expert who also is the president of the Greater Los Angeles area chapter of American Handwriting Analysis Foundation. That is a heavy title. How do you gain it?
What a responsibility. What happens at the foundation?
Nobody else wanted to do it.
Okay. She wrote in, and they picked you. But now, what's to be gained by examining somebody's handwriting? And I don't know if they're still doing it, but was there not a time even companies would analyze people's handwriting before they hired them?
I hope they're still doing it, because that's how I make my living. Yes, they say about 10,000 companies in this country use handwriting analysts to evaluate the handwritings of applicants to see if they're right for the job.
Don't psychologists and you know, people use it for that reason, maybe for criminals and criminologists also. Do they call the foundation? That's what you do there?
Well, the foundation is a nonprofit organization, and people like me, join just to have an affiliation. So there is an 800 number if people want to get a handwriting analyst or to take classes. And they can call the 800 number.
So you could tell something like that from somebody's handwriting.
Yeah, what I do is behavioral profiling.
How accurate can this be? Because, I mean, I might be the perfect candidate for something, and all of a sudden, maybe that's why I didn't get the prices right. They asked me right there, and boy, who knows?
An essay.
I had to write an essay, and that was an accomplishment by itself. But are they very accurate, the handwriting analysis?
Well, I guarantee 90% accuracy. No behavioral test is going to be 100% because human behavior is so variable. But we can certainly get a highly accurate picture.
We're going to look at a couple. They're kind of like thumbprints, aren't they? I mean, they're very distinct. Each individual has his own handwriting.
Yes, indeed.
Who's this?
We're looking at... Who are we? Oh, we're looking at Elvis right now.
Elvis?
Elvis.
Really?
And,
looks like mine, actually.
It does, actually.
Sheila said, I have handwriting that is quite similar to Elvis. Right there, Barbara. You knew that.
Well, Elvis is a man of action. He needed a lot of activity, and as you see, there's a lot of movement in the writing. It goes all over the place. It's left, and it's right, and it's up, and it's down. But he was restless with that movement and had a hard time relaxing. There's a kind of a squished quality. If you look at the small letters, the vowels and the M's and N's and so on, and it showed that he was struggling with some very difficult emotions inside. And his poor health also shows in that sample.
Really?
I think I have some squished vowels.
Yes. And we have another...
I've noticed that. I've been saying, Barbara, you're very squishy.
Vowels.
Squishy vowels.
You're worried about my emotions.
Another troubled superstar. I think the next one coming up is Michael Jackson. I mean, can you actually tell... This is the letter I think he wrote to People magazine.
Right. This letter is several years old, and it was published in People. Michael, anybody can see that there's a problem with this writing, I think. You don't have to be an expert to see
I noticed
that something is wrong here. And what's wrong with this picture is that there's a lot of mixture between the printing and cursive. Sometimes that's okay. See, the most important thing to know is that nothing in handwriting means anything by itself. But in this particular writing, the mixture of printing and cursive means somebody who's in a lot of confusion about himself inside. And he has a hard time identifying who he really is. And I think he probably, in my opinion, just identifies mainly with his stage persona. He's very unpredictable. He's intelligent, but he doesn't know how to use his intellect on an emotional level in a productive way.
Oh, wow. That's very interesting.
Do we have another
Next,
one?
the man who's in charge. Bill
Yes,
Clinton.
Mr. Clinton.
He has his own stationery, too.
You would think that he'd have his own station.
That's impressive.
Jim Newman's is actually nicer.
Yes?
Yes, but anyway.
We'll have to look at that later. I was really happy when I saw Bill Clinton's handwriting. He's very down-to-earth and practical. He's interested in the here and now, and abstract ideas are just not that appealing to him. There's a kind of softness mixed with angles in his writing, and what that shows, it's like the iron fist in a velvet glove. He really is caring. When he says, when you see tears in his eyes, it's genuine. He means it, and yet he has a strength of character to stand up for what he believes in, mixed with flexibility to change when it's not working.
You're definitely a Republican.
Wait a minute, I'm not an American citizen, so I have no axe to grind.
There you go.
Let's get on to the one and only, our own Mark Kriske.
We're going to do all three of us here. It is a little Elvis-ish.
It is.
Yeah,
it has more flourish than Elvis. I think it has more star quality than Elvis.
Yeah, and when I tried to write, in case you can't read that, my handwriting is usually better, but I'm writing this during a 4.5 aftershock.
We took that into
Now, is Mark
account.
trying to hide because he can't really read his name very well?
Well, you be careful because you do that too.
Oh.
And as a matter of fact,
What did she say? I'm sorry?
I
So
said
that I do that too.
Oh, you do.
you both have illegible signatures, and the thing, let me just say about signatures is your public image. They mean very little by themselves, and it's only as you compare them with the rest of the handwriting. If you have an illegible signature, it does mean that you have something that you want to keep private, or maybe something that you want to hide.
Very quickly, what did the, just very quickly, we got to run.
Okay, Mark, your handwriting shows that you're quite ambitious, and it takes a lot of achievement to make you feel secure. So, you need that. The more you accomplish, the more you need. But the one thing that we need to point out is, you see how you...
we showed the word handwriting.
Did you? Okay. Well, you cover up the stroke. You go back over the same stroke, and that shows you're kind of narrow-minded.
Can you very briefly, just very, one or two lines, what you had to say about Barbara and me?
Okay, Barbara is very outgoing and emotional, but she doesn't like to let her emotions get the better of her.
Good.
She wants to keep
very
control.
on the money. Absolutely on the money.
Okay, and yeah, she feels things quickly in the heart, but really tries to rationalize and reason out her feelings. Sam, you have a great sense of humor, but you're much shyer than you would like us to believe.
That's
very true.
Totally
That's right there. You're a very private person and keep things to yourself.
I wish he would.
The narrow-minded one.
That was great.
The narrow-minded.
Sheila, thank you. That was tremendous.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thanks for coming
Thank
in.
you. That is so right on.
We'll have to do this again.
Yes.
I want to see Ray's handwriting.